Yo, guys, welcome back to Undefeated at Locals. It's the boys, Marvin and Edgar, right off the rip of the Vegas regional event that just happened this
Yeah.
weekend. We were both present, us and the majority of our team were there, and we're going to show you guys our normal thing. What's the state of the game looking like? What's the meta out there? Uh, First off, just what they revealed, the meta breakdown, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot of like what we expected, right?
Yeah.
Like 18 younger Togeros, like makes a lot of sense. 7 Amajikis, again, Armor of the Wolf, an absolutely just game-breaking card. Endeavor 3, Byakko, Overhaul, more characters that can just like race each other to the finish line.
Yeah. Very like Toguro makes sense. He's like probably the easiest character to play.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
kind of saw it play out in the previous regionals where he was just dominating the field. Here in our North American one, he still showed up in top cuts, but not in the same numbers,
Yeah, yeah,
not to
for
the same
sure.
degree, right?
Which is
And
great.
not even showing up to the event in the same mass that they wore elsewhere, right?
Yep, 100%. And even like the top cuts list, like we're gonna get into those a little bit here, show you like some of like the interesting choices. But even those top cut lists are very, very different than like the
Yeah.
generic
Yeah.
lists that we've seen in the past. But as per usual, let's get right into the top 10 cards at the event. What do we have here up here first,
Yeah,
Edgar?
so first off, the top three by far most played cards, actually fairly interesting, right? Of course, we have Struggling with Studies up there, the most played card in the top cuts list. It matches the Chaos and Death symbols, which were very prevalent in the top cut lists. It is a very strong defensive piece. This card kind of just was in every deck, right?
Yeah, yeah. Any deck that you could put it in, you should. Even like younger Toguro being able to like loop showdown blocks with this is like
Yeah.
not nothing.
Beyond that, we got, Chivalrous Competitor. Card draw is the name of the game in our meta right
It
now.
sure is. Yeah, card
Um,
draw and even its response is just insane right now with like 80% going wild.
yeah, yeah, being able to protect your stronger foundations is huge. And then Fearsome Transformation, again, just being able
More
to,
free card draw,
yeah, free
right?
card draw, cheap spam card draw. Like that's kind of where we're at, right? Get more cards in hand, throw more orange.
Yep.
Moving on to the top 10 after that. The list is actually kind of interesting. So it's all almost every card on here matches has two top cuts symbols that we're running it,
Yeah, which
right?
is really cool.
So Botan's, settling old debts, file seizing. These all had like two. The only one that's here that only had one symbol is basic training, which was only on chaos, which was represented on
Three different
yeah,
three different decks, two different characters.
yeah. Uh, Incredible displays again, just a really good defensive
Yeah,
piece.
people were like 4xing his card, which I do not blame them for whatsoever.
Yeah,
His card is so strong into the current meta.
yeah. The interesting one that's on this list. So these are the top 8 deck lists, right? Is Walk the Dog. So we had 3 chaos lists, 2 Amajikis, and a Mimic. We'll get into them in a minute. But enough of them were running this card that it showed up.
Yeah, and that's really really cool. Again, like more card draw, right? Like especially like when it's like on a stick, like it is with Walk the Dog,
Hmm.
and it's like draw X cards. Plus, this thing just has like powerful, like it has just so many stats, and it's just like kind of fueling itself, which is a really really good effect.
Yeah, and then after that, we kind of run into a defensive piece here, Fast Friendship, which was another one that was interesting to me. I mean, with the idea that a lot of people had was, I'm going to run into Toguro. He's going to be putting things in my staging area face down.
Yeah, so this is always going to be -3 speed at just a flip cost. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's pretty decent.
I'm sure we've seen Easily Excited before. It's a solid card. And of course, like the two ones that we 100% expected in this meta, Mop Strike and
And Twisting
Twisting.
Azure, yeah, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Uh, Mop Strike being free draw on top of free draw, and then Twisting just people really trying to extend out their kill lines with that card. This is very expected, especially considering the top cuts lists were so similar across a lot of the
Yeah,
cards being played.
100%. Yeah, like the most interesting list was probably like Order Endeavor, right? Like he
Hmm.
was like the majority of like these odd ins and outs here.
Yeah. Speaking of an Order Endeavor, our top 8 players. You know, Endeavor taking it once again.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We went from Worlds to taking down an RLE. Uh, Character's just nuts, right? Like
Yeah,
early game, he outspeeds you. Late game, he's still outspeeding you and adding damage. Character's absolutely nuts. Tim Keefe really showing the skill gap between him and other players by playing this guy on the order symbol, utilizing things like Ice Sword Execution
yeah,
to insane effect, and absolutely ripping through the entirety of top 8, right?
yeah, yeah,
Younger Toguro not making it through the initial burst, right?
yeah.
We had 2 deaths, 1 all of them cut into top 8.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's one of those things where like the pools in EU and OCE of players was just I feel like it was too small to really.
Yeah, for sure. Like there was a lot smaller of a field, a lot of people just playing like the younger Toguro.
Yeah,
So like it was a lot more mirror matches than we saw for sure, right?
yeah. Definitely interesting though seeing Mimic as
Yeah,
being
Mimic not
contender
only
here.
top 8, but yeah, making it to finals is absolutely crazy. He even he beat Biako in finals, right?
Yeah,
Which I've always found that matchup to be Biako favored, but even I, as the Biako player, lost to my first round Mimic opponent.
yeah,
So
yeah.
Mimics are out there. They figured out the tech. Very, very cool to see. But yeah, you just can't beat the dad of the format over here, Endeavor 3. Guy's absolutely insane. And again, piloted by like one of the best players in the
Yeah.
game, so no surprise there.
Uh, Talking about all that, there was a lot of talk, amongst the players during the regional, like, oh, well, what do you think is going to get hit next Tuesday, right? Because
Yeah,
we're
yep,
getting our
we're
ban list, right?
yeah, 100%.
A lot of people saying Toguro needs to be fixed. Um, I do agree. Like, he is definitely a strong
Yeah,
character.
yeah, strong and like meta warping, right? Like
Hmm.
even past like his initial power level, he is what forced these types of decks to like come into the format, right?
Yeah,
Even things like Byakko, Amajiki on 2 sides of a different spectrum here, but towards the same goal of how do I beat younger Toguro? Oh, I'll just defend against him. How do I beat younger Toguro? Oh, I'll just give all my moves 15 damage.
yeah, yeah. You're either trying to race or build to the point where you're unkillable.
Yeah.
Because Toguro very rarely touches speed, and even the throw deck, like there's enough,
Yeah, throw hate to like
yeah,
last a few turns at least,
yeah.
right?
So that's like a really interesting conversation. I don't expect they'll touch him after his performance in this regional. If they do, it'll be the twice per turn that they always do, and that'll just kill the character,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they're not great at erotic characters,
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll see. There's definitely some like options there, right? You can put it like a damage cap on them. That's like been my best suggestion so far.
yeah,
Is I think you should put like a 3 damage cap on the character. It like kind of lessens his theme, and I get that, right? Like
yeah.
he
Infinite
infinite
potential. Yeah,
potential, but it's not.
yeah,
But you got to do something for sure. Hopefully, something happens. The meta did not feel as bad as like we've been led to believe, right? I
yeah,
was led to believe after all these events, like it's just going to be Toguro everywhere. All of this stuff happens. The event was actually a lot of fun gameplay wise, right?
yeah.
As well as it going into it, it was fun event wise as well.
Yeah, yeah, the event was great, guys. Like, as a very stark contrast to events we've had in the past, this event was amazing. The people that were in charge of putting it together and running it, props to Sean for running this event.
Yeah, yeah, like
Madman.
yeah, 100%. I feel like 90% of this, maybe even like up to 99% of this goes all credit to Sean and the team of Rochester CCG. You guys put on one hell of a show. I heard I was like dumbstruck on day 3 Sunday, the final day, when I heard that there was a 5th Briarwoods event
Yeah,
firing. That is 5 of the same event. I didn't see 5 side events total fire at nationals.
yeah,
So like that was really solid. Me and Edgar have talked about it. I highly recommend if you guys can go to St. Louis, go to these other regionals. If
Yeah.
it's half as fun as it was here, you guys are gonna have a blast. The one terrible thing about this event was that there was only 110 of us, right?
Yeah, yeah. If we could have pushed that up higher, I think it would have been absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Definitely would have been a little more time consuming for sure. We still ran a little late into the
yeah,
con, but
absolutely.
like things like that happen, and like
Yeah, and with
it's
more people, they could have rolled it into day two, like
yeah,
they've
yeah.
they've
Roll
they've
roll
planned for.
round eight into day two,
Yeah,
and then fire off because finals was done before
yeah,
the
finals was
event
done.
was.
Yeah, absolutely. They rocked it in finals. So yeah, events are awesome now, guys. Please go. Hopefully UVS Games does something about the point system for season 2. That way it's not as difficult to make it to these things as it can be right now.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone from UVS is listening, just kill the entry
Yeah.
points
Kill
for
seasonal points. There's no need for seasonal points. Keep our champion points. Keep those. Let Colby Cram keep absolutely rocking his way to his world's invite, but kill everything else.
yeah.
No need to lock these things, especially being at a convention, right? We could have
Yeah,
had hundreds of people join that
yeah.
event.
Imagine we discussed this a lot of so many times leading up into the event and even at the event. The whole reason for holding an event at a con like this is you get people walking up. What is this? Oh,
Yeah,
let me buy a starter and join in for $30. That was another barrier for entry. Was the ticket was $80 even if you already had your con badge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I taught a person how to play this game Friday at the convention. He just walked up to me, having heard about the game from the UVS booth. It would have been sick to tell that guy, go buy a ticket,
yeah, go buy a ticket, get your
Go play this.
participation,
Yeah,
and just have some fun.
yeah, absolutely.
So if we're going to be doing something like this again, where it's at a con, it needs to be more accessible, and I think that's really the biggest drawback to the event.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
Beyond that, I had a great time. I had a lot of good opponents. I was running Toguro, right? I was running the
Yeah,
boogeyman.
yeah, you sure were.
And my first two matches, I just got swept. I got swept by like a spike, and then someone else. Sorry, I don't remember. It was a long day.
It sure was.
And then just won out until my eighth match. Where things got into a just a slog of a mirror
Mirror
match.
match, yeah. Finally
you
finding
know.
your other younger Tigger opponents.
But all through that whole 8 hour, however long it took, I was having a blast the whole time.
Yeah, same. It was absolutely awesome talking to everybody. Everybody that came up to us, like, recognized us. We love you all. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Love coming out to the events and hanging out with you guys. We both took top 32, which is exactly what we went down there for. We collected our 8 points towards that Worlds invite. And again, come down. It's never too late to start these things. You can win it and just get your Worlds invite like Tim did.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Now Tim's out of the running for points too,
yeah,
so
exactly. We're knocking people out left and right, guys. But yeah, no, the event was surprising for us, right? We've
mhm.
consistently talked the last couple months about how the events don't look that great. It doesn't look fun. UVS Games and Sean at Rochester CCG both made it a blast.
Yeah,
They were
yeah,
both involved. I got to speak a little bit about, for UVS Games, we got to talk about their new organized play manager and their events coordinator, who was the one that designed UVS Games. As soon as you walked into this convention, as soon as you walk into the vendor hall, you just see UVS Games.
yeah,
That was a surprise to the both of us.
yeah,
I'm used to having to walk into the back corner and find our tiny little booth.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely insane what this guy has already done for the company and what he's going to do for the game going forward. Very, very cool stuff. It truly does look like everything's on the up and up with our card game and the company involved with it.
yeah,
So, all very good things. So, this state of the game is nothing but positivity.
yeah,
The meta is not as bad as people want to believe that it is. If you have a bad younger Toguro matchup, I like maybe figure that out a little bit more.
yeah. We
Um,
definitely and that's the one thing. Like content leading, we'll admit content has been a little rough to make over the last couple weeks. Girl power, we're gonna start getting into that here soon. It's just hasn't been inspiring us to make content, but after this event, we're both
yeah,
feeling
both
really
real,
rejuvenated.
yeah, really, really passionate about the game again because UVS Games is passionate about the game again. So yeah, all very good stuff going forward. Hopefully you'll see us both at the St. Louis event coming up in the next couple months here. I'm going to try to. This event has convinced me to make it to every regional. I'm
Yeah.
going to try my hardest to make it to every single major regional this year. Very, very fun. No matter what you did, I got 25th place. I don't care. It was a blast.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And before we wrap it up, I wanted to say congratulations to our 4 giveaway winners. We just ran
Yeah.
that giveaway on our Discord. We said after we hit 250 subscribers, we're going to do a giveaway. We've ran that giveaway. The winners are now going to receive their at this point their collector's packs because I think pretty much
Yeah.
everyone has all the cards they want. But
But I'm sniffing 8 alt-art characters in
yeah,
here.
yeah. So congratulations to you guys. Thanks for bringing us up to 250 subscribers. Thank you for all the support and the love you guys have given us. It's really been amazing.
Yeah, it really has been. We're gonna get those shipped out to you guys here tonight, tomorrow. I've already contacted you. You know that. And then for the rest of you out there, we're definitely going to be kicking off some more giveaways here in the future. Maybe something with girl power. Maybe get something with that going. But until next time, guys, catch us for more content. Maybe next week for girl power.
Yeah. Peace, guys.